Hello, everybody. Eric Dillman here, and welcome to the Pro Series podcast. This is episode 24, and today's guest, his name is Justin Colby. He's a real estate investor. He has his own podcast called The Science of Flipping. We get to go over a little bit on what he does in that podcast, how he's teaching the current and future real estate investors of the world, and also how he's changed the real estate investor world on social media. He does a very, very cool TikTok series that I also translate into Instagram Reels world to teach you a little bit in a better and more fun way about real estate investing. But before we jump into the podcast, I want to give a quick reminder. If you can, go on to whatever platform you are listening to this podcast and give me a 5-star rating and a review. It helps with this being a new podcast. It just helps me with the rankings and get discovered more. So thank you, and let's jump into episode 24 with Justin Colby.
What's up, bro?
Hey, Justin. Thank you so much for joining us today. I want to start off and talk about your podcast, The Science of Flipping, what it's about, what you do in the podcast, and just give a little information on your background to a guest that hasn't yet come across your page or your work.
Yeah. So appreciate you having me first and foremost. I really appreciate it. I'm excited to be here. Science of Flipping podcast is really about the proper tools, systems, strategies to be a successful real estate investor. That encompasses everything. It's not limited to just wholesaling or just flipping or any of that. It is quite literally everything I've done in 14 years of being a real estate investor, over almost 2,000 deals that I've done. I really try to put together, all of the tools, the systems, the learning lessons operationally for someone to either just get started and break out of their 9-to-5 job, or being able to scale the business and really level their game up and do more deals, become more profitable, et cetera. And so that's really what it's about, is to help those either trying to scale their business and grow, and or even just break into the space of real estate investing.
Awesome. Is that podcast available on all platforms?
All platforms. Yeah. And another cool thing, just for those that are behind a computer a lot of the time, I also film the podcast. So going over to my YouTube channel, there's an actual video of me and you can see me. And a lot of times I do interviews, right, with other experts that are doing great things. So you might want to watch the video if you're behind a computer a lot. That might give you time to listen to it or watch it. If you just go look me up, Justin Colby, or youtube.com, Justin Colby, go subscribe there because I do the videos as well.
Awesome. Yeah, I was actually looking at your Instagram page and I saw those. I don't know if you meant to make them for TikTok or if they're just Instagram videos. It's like a father-son type of monologue that you have.
Yeah. That's, it definitely started with TikTok,
okay.
But I started to gain some traction with TikTok, and I was like, you know what? I think there's people on Instagram that are going to like them just as much, right?
Yeah.
Because the industry has gotten a little, I guess, boring, right? You see the people on their phones, and they're like, "Here's how to find a deal," and you're like, "Yeah, they're not doing the wrong thing, but it's not as entertaining." So edutainment is like my big thing right now. Edutainment, like education, entertainment, edutainment, because I think it keeps people's attention. And I love them. They're a little fun, right? Dad, bro, that's fun for me to be able to do. But also there's the real teaching moments in there that like people can actually pull out what they're trying to pull out in these little videos on Instagram or TikTok or whatnot.
Absolutely. And that's exactly what I was going to say. Boring. Sometimes educational videos like this could be boring, but you're kind of putting it into like a little skit, like an SNL type of skit, making it funny, but you're actually learning from that skit.
There's no doubt. Right. And today actually is funny. So today I'm going to do one about, this metaverse real estate stuff. Right. Mm-hmm. And so everything's about real estate. Well, now there's this whole nother component with the metaverse. So I'm going to do something funny about the dad and, real houses and real land versus metaverse and the son. Dad, bro, I'm buying real estate in the metaverse. So it'll be a fun little one to do.
Absolutely. Definitely go and check out him on Instagram. It's at Justin Colby, correct?
Yeah, at the Justin Colby on Instagram, the Justin Colby.
Perfect. And then someone that is just getting started into the real estate investing world, and say they have a 9-to-5 job, they want to get started. What is the first steps or first advice you'd give to them to get into that world?
Yeah, there's a couple things. First, you need to commit to it, right? Because I think there's too many people out there that are watching videos or gurus talk about how like you can get a deal in 30 days or you can make all this money. Like if you really want to be a successful real estate investor, you got to be in for the long haul. You absolutely can do a deal in 30 days. You absolutely can make a lot of money in a short amount of time. But the reality is that it happens few and far between, right? So you need to commit to the actual job of being a real estate investor. And once you do that, then you need to make sure that you understand the strategies that actually work, right? So when I coach people, there's really four, and then there is a fifth pillar, I like to call it, right? Whether it's your network, understanding your market and your market analysis, understanding your exit strategy, and lastly, understanding you need to diversify. And those are the four main pillars. And then for those that are ready to grow, you have the ability to scale, right? And to increase your profitability. But if you can hone these in, the best thing to do is commit, have patience, right? Because it's real estate, right? No real estate transaction happens in 48 hours, right? You got to have patience, have fortitude. But then, and again, I'm not even trying to sell coaching, just you need to follow someone who's been there before. Too many people are trying to figure it out because of YouTube or podcast. And I respect it. I have a YouTube channel, I have a podcast. But the very best way to do and execute and to actually be able to succeed, follow the path of the person who has done what you want to do. End of story, period.
What's the biggest downfall or misguidance you see in the world when someone's starting out?
That it's easy and fast, right? So
Yeah.
wholesaling as a strategy has always been marketed as no money, no credit, no problem. You can do this business, transact, you can do a deal in 30 days, you can do a deal in 2 weeks. While it can happen,
Mhm.
for sure, I've seen it with my students, is the minority that get that done. The reality and proper expectation would be you're going to have to work, you're going to have to hustle, you're going to have to grind out those longer days to get that deal. It doesn't just happen because you made 100 phone calls or you knocked on 100 doors or you sent out 100 mail pieces or whatever. It
Mhm.
takes consistency in all of those activities that will create the outcome. And for those that do get lucky to get a deal in 2 weeks or 30 days, it is luck, right? It's preparation and opportunity. It's you got the opportunity because you knew to go door knock or cold call or whatever, and the timing of the seller lined up with your preparation of knocking the door, calling, right? So there's luck that plays into it, undoubtedly, in my business as well. There's no doubt because it's a time-based business. If you are marketing directly to homeowners, you're trying to find the time that they are going through an event meaning a divorce, illness, job loss, you name it, right? You're trying to time that. You're trying to get in front of them at the same time they're going through that hurdle so that they have some motivation to sell. And then you can be of value to them and offer them value. And that makes the lucky part. Does that make sense? So, I think the biggest misconception is like this just is overnight, fast, hurry. You're going to get a deal. You're going to become rich. It's not that. And by the way, no one should get into real estate just for that. You should be getting into real estate for wealth. That's why you should be getting into real estate. So if you're just here for a quick buck, fine, so be it. I can't blame anyone to make money. I love making money. But you should be here to build wealth over time.
Do you see that a lot of people coming in not knowing what it really entails due to the trending of flipping houses and stuff that you see on television, on social media and stuff? Is that like a big reason why people are coming in? They notice it's not what they actually want to do. They're just kind of saw that lifestyle, that person on social media, and they kind of want that same lifestyle.
Yeah, I think TV definitely has popularized it. It definitely looks a lot more sexy on TV, right? Two of my good friends, Pace and Jamil, just got their A&E TV show, which is awesome for them. But these are my friends that I've done a lot of deals with in the Phoenix area. Like I know them. And so TV definitely makes it seem a way that in real life, it's not quite like that, right? And so
That's kind of with any
I think,
profession, though.
yeah, right. Like, listen, look at the one of my favorite TV shows, and I don't have much time to watch TV, but I love the $1 Million Listing TV shows.
Yeah.
But being an agent does not look like Josh Altman's life. He is the 1%er. He's the half of a 1%er, right? Like that's not normal real estate agent stuff. So these investing shows, these flipping shows, that's not normal stuff, right? And so while it's done a good job to make it a very popular business to go into, I think it can be very misleading in the sense of like what their life really is and how hard they really got to work and how much money are they actually making, right? I think that's a little misleading.
Absolutely. And yeah, you have to remember that's just, it's like on reality TV and on social media, you're only going to be posting what's good about
Sexy.
the
Yeah,
career.
yeah.
So you're not going to see all the bad.
Amen, brother.
And then last question. You said you had a school, you teach students on real estate investing. How can they find you on that, and how can they sign up, and what does that all entail?
Yeah, the best way is going to be through social media. So I have a Instagram is a great way to get directly to me, the Justin Colby. We just talked about it.
Mhm.
I also have a group called the Science of Flipping Flipping and Real Estate Investing group. You would want to go, be a part of that group. It's a closed group. Add yourself, right? And then we will make sure you get in because we don't allow everybody in.
Okay.
But the Science of Flipping Wholesaling group. And then Instagram, go subscribe to my Instagram or follow me, I guess is the word you'd use. And then hit me up on a DM. Say, hey, I heard you on this podcast and would love to talk to you. And I'm one of those guys that I engage with my followers, right? I only have so much time in a day, but when they ask me a question or shoot me a DM, I'm going to engage with them. So
Yeah.
let me know, and then I can point you in the right direction.
Perfect. And then who is your basic clientele? So is it you seeing it mostly in the 20s or 30s, or who is your
I see it all over. Like I'm just thinking of my students right now. I literally have like just graduated high school. I have like 2 or 3 people that just graduated high school, and they've done a good job savings, or they have like a little thing that they made an investment in coaching because they want to go do this. They don't want to go to college per se. And I love that, right? I went to UCLA, I got my degree. It's been pointless. Now, I'm not going to tell people not to go to college, but I would tell you, if you want to go hustle and you want to go create something for yourself, I'm all about it and I'm going to support you. I also have people who are like, man, I'm tired of working for my job. I'm 30 years old. I don't want to boss anymore. I'm over this. I want to create my own thing. And then I have people who are like, I've done really well in my life and I want to kind of create a new venture and get heavily into real estate. And, I've always whatever, and they're in their 40s, right? And 50s. And so I have a spectrum of individuals that like me. They want to follow me. They want to, be advised by me. And so it's that whole spectrum.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Justin, for giving us some tips and tricks on real estate investing. And I hope everybody goes to your website, justincolby.com. Follows you on Instagram at the Justin Colby, and then also subscribes and follows you on YouTube.
Yeah, man. Appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining, and have a great rest of the day.
You as well, brother.
Thank you.